It's a big day for Minecraft news. We have a new Bedrock Edition beta, a new Bedrock update, and a new Java Edition snapshot. There is a ton of news, so let's just jump into it. Jumping into beta 1.20.022, we have some new music tracks added to several different biomes, such as the Cherry Grove, Desert, Jungle, Mesa, and the Flower Forest. So you're going to be getting new tracks called The Familiar Room, Bromeliad, Crescent Dunes, and Echo in the Wind. A new music disc has also been added to the trail ruins, so whenever you are brushing some suspicious gravel or suspicious sand, you have a chance of getting the new relic music disc, and this is kind of what it sounds like. This new music disc and the new tracks added to the other biomes are all made by Aaron Sheriff. Hopefully I'm saying that name right. So this is a nice little adventure music disc. I think this is gonna fit in great with all the other music discs that we have in Minecraft. Now you can also find the Sniffer Egg and Warm Ocean Ruin. So this is a cold ocean ruin, but you get the idea. You brush some sand or gravel and then bam, you get a Sniffer Egg. There's also a major change to the trail ruins. On a Bedrock Edition, they were previously very easy to find because they were fully exposed and then you could just like fly around and look for the bright colorful thing, but they are no longer going to be exposed. They're going to be buried underground and really hard to find. Generally, you're only going to see a couple of blocks poking out of the surface like this, and then you'll have to dig down into a cave system or something, or a little aquifer, and then you would find the actual trail ruin. They're going to be much more difficult to find. They've also removed all pottery shards from the entire game and scrapped the entire shard mechanic. Now it's called shards, because that's the actual technical term that geologist people use.
Shard.
Weird change, but I guess it makes sense, you know, gotta have your accuracy. Cane, cacti, and bush can now all be placed on the suspicious sand blocks. Bamboo can now be planted on sus gravel and sus sand. Canes and bamboos can now be planted on moss blocks as well. So quite a big shakeup in the planting regime, isn't there? I mean, this is some major developments that are happening. Minecraft has decided that you no longer need chunk loading, so that has been removed as a feature. There's been a reversion to the death screen. So now when you die, you're no longer going to be able to see the coordinates in the upper left corner. So the previous beta actually included the coordinates in the upper left, so you can see where you die, which is actually really, really nice. Now you'll notice in this beta, there's a what do you think of this screen? And you can click that to give feedback. I do think there should be coordinates on the death screen. That would just be really nice and convenient. And after all, we did fight the coordinate war of 2016 and 2017 to even be able to use coordinates in survival. So it's only fair that we now bully Mojang into giving us coordinates on the death screen. Also, you'll notice that you get put into third-person view when you die now, which I'm not sure is a bug or if it's supposed to be like that. So I'm in first-person view now, you die, you go into third person. I don't think that that's really intended. I guess maybe this is better to give you like a surrounding view of the area. Could be kind of interesting gameplay-wise. I guess we'll see what happens with it. We have some rather specific changes to the skulk sensor and calibrated skulk sensor that all of about 12 people will be interested in. Basically, it's just a detailed rundown of exactly how the skulk sensor works, the timings of it, and all those nitty-gritty details. Now, if you're one of the people that do actually care about these, let me know in the comments, because this is very specific, and I don't think there's that many people that will be interested in it, but maybe you are one of those people. Moving over to Java Snapshot 23W17A, this is a little preview of what the new splash screen is gonna look like for the 1.20 update. As you can see, it's a lovely Cherry Grove biome, and we'll probably see this in the Bedrock betas sometime soon. Now, there's only a couple of things in the snapshot that I'm gonna show you, because most of it is pretty similar to the Bedrock beta that we just covered, but there is 7 new advancements, which we are likely to get achievements for on Bedrock Edition as well. So the first of which is smells interesting. That is obtain a sniffer egg. The next one requires you to breed sniffers and then feed the snifflet, and then feed that, and that'll give you the little sniffs advancement. The next one requires you to plant these seeds that you get from these sniffers, and that'll give you Planting the Past. This works for the torchflower seeds or the pitcher plant seeds. The next advancement requires you to get a pottery sherd from brushing a suspicious sand or gravel. And this one is Respecting the Remnants. Once you get 4 sherds, there's yet another advancement for making a pot out of them, and this one is Careful Restoration. There's also 2 for the smithing templates, so the first one requires you to just use any smithing template, and that'll give you the Crafting a New Look advancement. And the final achievement is something that you're gonna have to spend quite a bit of time getting, so this requires you to use each of these armor trims at least 1 time, and that is the Spire, the Snout, the Rib, the Ward, the Silence, the Vex, the Tide, and the Wayfinder armor trim. And this is going to make you go basically all over the world to the End City, the Bastion, the Nether Fortress, the Ancient City again, and then you got to go to a Woodland Mansion, kill an Elder Guardian to get the Tide, and you need to do some archaeology to get the Wayfinder armor trim. And now that we've used all of them, as you can see, we get the Smithing with Style advancement, and that's going to take you quite a bit of time and a lot of diamonds to get. Probably the new hardest advancement to get for a lot of players, besides, like, you know, Where Are We Now or something. So I would fully expect all of these advancements to come to Bedrock Edition in the coming days and weeks as achievements, and this is going to be a good time. 11980 also released for Minecraft Bedrock Edition today, and it comes with a bunch of bug fixes, but more importantly, the experimental features include a vast majority of the 1.20 features. So you got the 1.5 block short sneaking, you got the cherry groves, archaeology, the smithing templates, netherite armor changes, the calibrated skulk sensor, and the sign changes where you can write on both sides of the sign, and these are all in 11980 today. If you've updated, you can actually play with all of these features as long as you turn on the experimental toggle when you make a new world. Now there's a bunch of changes in 11980, but I'm going to give you an overview of the most important ones that you're most likely to notice in your everyday gameplay. So turtles can now fit inside of boats and boats with chests. However, the caveat here is that mobs now need to be smaller than the boat itself in order to get inside of the boat. So things like hoglins or polar bears or spiders will no longer be able to get into boats, and this includes things like ghast, elder guardians, all that good stuff. This does not apply to minecarts, which is a little bit weird, but you know what? If it was going to be either of the two, minecarts are much more useful than boats. Don't be mean to the turtle. Okay, well, I guess you're mean to the turtle. And the baby turtle! No! Get out of here! Stop it! Baby turtle's where I draw the line. Here, fight a polar bear. Polar bear versus hoglin. Let's go. And hoglin wins. There's been big changes to the potions, so the enchantment glint has been removed from them. That way you can actually see the color of the potion, and it's easier to identify which potion you actually have. There's also been big changes to the enchantment glint strength and speed, and if you want to change these back to the default settings, you'll need to go into your settings, and then go into accessibility, and then they're down here at the bottom. So you got glint strength. This has been reduced to 50%. I'm going to put that back to 100, and then glint speed is also at 50%. You can put that to either 0 or 100, and this means that you can completely turn off enchanted armor so that everything looks like it's default, or you can have like ultra enchanted armor where everything is just a little bit crazy and a little bit too enchanted. Of course, there's also a ton of other little details here and there, but honestly, it's all stuff that you're probably not going to notice. So if you enjoy these rundowns of everything important that you need to know about the Minecraft updates, then of course drop a like, maybe subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. And then there was silence.